As teachers navigate their way through new state laws governing what is and is not considered age-appropriate instruction for students, our I-Team investigator Katie LaGrone wanted to know where policies on sex education currently stand across our state and how they could be changing. What she discovers is a confusing mix of standards that leaves student curriculum on sexual health at the mercy of where they attend school.
Well, let me slow down.
Though she can still find time to enjoy simple elementary fun.
Here, do you want one hands?
14-year-old Mackenzie Valenza is officially a high schooler.
I'm in 9th grade.
Which means in addition to high school level math, science, English, and history, this newly minted Sarasota freshman will also be getting a new level of health education.
I feel like we should talk about safe sex practices and how to make sure that before you decide that you want to engage in something like this, you decide this is something you're really ready for, and the mental aspect of it.
But in Florida, we've discovered while laws mandating health education include teen dating and disease control, there's actually no statewide curriculum for sex education. So what and how students are taught about sexual and reproductive health is left to individual school boards who approve policies, principals who interpret them, and instructors who ultimately drill it down for students.
Sex education in Florida public schools is very inconsistent.
And that, UNF professor and sex education expert Dr. Alyssa Barr says, is a problem.
Because it's not consistent, we have some kids in our state who are receiving quality sex education and learning skills and resources and information to really protect themselves and advocate for themselves. And then we have other counties where kids aren't getting that information.
Check out this map a member of her team created. It shows just how mixed sex ed curriculums are across our state. Green and blue represent districts with the most comprehensive sex ed policies. Purple represents those middle of the road. And check out all this pink. It shows districts teaching abstinence only, 20 of them statewide.
In 2022, we have school districts across Florida that only teach abstinence. So what, condoms and birth control are not even discussed in the most basic way?
Correct. And I'm as surprised as you.
Studies show abstinence-only instruction doesn't prevent teens from having sex. In fact, a 2019 study by the CDC found by 12th grade, more than half of Florida teens have already engaged in sexual intercourse. Chlamydia rates among teens in Florida are 4 times higher than the national average. And when it comes to teen births in our state,
in counties where they have abstinence-only policies, we do see higher teen birth rates.
In Escambia County, the western part of the Panhandle, a school district spokesperson explained its abstinence-only approach in part. We are respectful of parental rights as we follow state guidelines regarding health education. For years, Florida advocates have been pushing decision makers to adopt more comprehensive sex ed statewide.
It's really unfair that the quality of sex ed that you get depends on where in Florida you happen to have been born and raised.
Add in the state's new parental rights and education law, which bans talk of gender identity among some elementary students and any content deemed not age appropriate in schools, and advocates fear lessons on sexual and reproductive health in Florida will suffer.
A lot of teachers are really pulling back.
Comprehensive sexual education is critical for several reasons.
In Miami last month, the nation's 4th largest school district, its school board first approved, then rejected, then approved again, a new series of sex ed textbooks after a small group of citizens questioned if the middle and high school books violated the state's new laws.
Much of the content is not age appropriate, usurps parental rights, and is scientifically inaccurate and not factual.
Back in Sarasota County,
the Department of Education has 5 different options.
The board recently approved this year's health ed curriculum, which in high school will include lessons on avoiding pregnancy, STDs, and the consequences of sexual relationships. The superintendent made the district's overall standard on sex ed clear.
We have chosen the one that is abstinence.
All your teachers will tell you that we're preparing you for adulthood. Okay, are you preparing me for that part of it?
As part of the new parental rights law, starting this year, districts must post all their curriculum online, including lessons addressing sexual health. I'm Katie LaGrone. Back to you.